Today is the first of 2 days of a dog show, a big one in the New York area. This is a show run by the Progressive Dog Club, and the entries are large. The Cavalier show is actually a specialty. There are, I think, something around 35 dogs entered. So it's going to be a very tough competition, and we're going to do the best with our three. I am getting Apple ready. I just gave her a bath, and she's wrapped up in a towel. Before the bath, there's some prep work that has to be done. I gave her a thorough combing and brushing. All right, that's a nice comb to use, or you could use one like that. This is a slicker brush. So she's only been towel dried, which means she's pretty wet. The first thing I do is I put on this, which is called a drying coat. It's made of a very thin material so it can breathe and allow the coat to dry, but it holds the coat in place. If you look right now along her back, there's a lot of flyaway pieces of coat which are going to throw off the way her top line looks, which is generally pretty good. So the drying coat will hold down the area from her neck through her body down to the tail. It leaves all the feathering exposed. You want the Cavalier feathering to fly freely. Feathering on her legs, on her ears, on her tail, and even on the sides coming down, which is held in place by the drying coat, so I want to have it straight. Before I put the drying coat on, I have this detangling finishing spray, which also has a nice scent to it. And I just put a little bit of that all over the area that's going to be covered by the drying coat. I take my slicker brush and I brush first straight down from the head, and then she does her best to undo what I just did. From the head straight down to the tail, along the top, and then starting by the head, I brush straight down the side. Do that on both sides. Excuse me, Apple. Thank you. Drying coat goes over her head, pulling it straight back. I use the fastener under her tail and the other fastener under her belly. Once that drying coat is on, that's going to ensure that her top coat is going to look really, really nice. We won't take this off until we actually are a couple of minutes from going into the ring. And now the tedious part, mostly using a slicker brush. Thank you, you can shake now. And a hair dryer. And we brush as we dry. At the dog show, the first one of our dogs that went into the ring was Bella. She was in a class called Bred by Exhibitor, which, as you might guess from the name, means that the dogs can only be shown in the ring by the people who bred them. And so there were two of us in the class. After going around the ring together, she got a thorough table examination from the judge. A little chintzy back rub there, but no, he's actually feeling for the structure of the dog. And once he's finished with the table examination, then we get our turn to move individually so you can take a close look at the way she moves. The movement is really a reflection of how soundly the dog is put together, what her structure is like. And we won the class. We got first place. And the next one I got to take in was Apple. Apple was entered in the open class. The open class very often is the most competitive of all the classes. This day was no exception. They were all very nice dogs. Remember that it's gender separated, so these were all girls. We do the whole thing all over again for the boys. And she got her table examination, and once that was finished, the judge got to see her move individually, and we were, of course, hoping that we would get a nice result for Apple, as we did for Bella by winning the class, but in the end, we were at the wrong end of the line. Once all the classes were finished, each of the winners came into the ring. So these were all of the class winners that you see, and that meant that Bella was in there since she won her class. And after we all went around, no need for another table examination, of course, the judge took a good look and he pointed to us, and we were so excited. Bella got winners. After all the classes were finished, we get to the basically highlight of the day, which is the best of breed competition. This is among dogs who are already champions. Those are all champions you see marching around the ring, except for the last two, which were the winner's dog and our girl Bella, who was the best of all the girls. Jamba's a champion, so he got to get his own table examination. He got to move individually, and the judge repeated that same process for all the champions, and then he went down the line. He did a cut and he took a look at these three, and we were not one of those three, so I figured we were not going to get best of breed. And he pointed to the one that he liked, but then he pointed to Bella. She got something called best of winners, which meant that he liked her not just better than all of the females entered, but he liked her better than all of the boys. In any case, it was something that we referred to as a major, and 2 majors are required, among other things, to become a champion. So we were very, very proud of our girl Bella. So in the end, this day was a really nice surprise for us and for Bella, because she won her class. That's that blue ribbon you see there. That purple ribbon you see is for winners, because she was the best of all the girls. And the blue and white ribbon behind it is what we call best of winners, which means that she was the best of all of the class entries, both boys and girls. Yes. Well, we're home from the dog show, second day. It was an earlier start time today, so it wasn't too bad. Oh, hi, Bootsy. Bootsy did not come with us, but she wants to be in the video. Apple was in the dog show. And yesterday was our highlight day, because yesterday Bella got her first major in the AKC, and she's well on her way toward becoming a champion, which we hope she will accomplish soon. We think they're all deserving of it. Today, the only thing we really have to take home with us was this little blue ribbon, which Apple earned by winning her class. I know that sounds very nice. Oh, she won her class, but it doesn't get you any points in AKC, and points are what you need in order to become a champion. So you were a good girl, but it's really not such a bad thing. If every single time there was a dog show, the same dogs won, no matter who the judge was, then nobody but those dogs would go to the shows, because there would be no hope of winning. So it's kind of good that you get different points of view from different judges. They have different preferences. Maybe the dog that wins one day is not as on the next time they show, so maybe they're not even deserving of it, no matter who the judge is. But that's really what makes the whole thing very interesting and exciting, is that on any given day, any given dog could come home with the big prize. So we're very proud of our dogs, and we hope that we can have a weekend like this every time we go out, because getting a major like that, that's a big thing. So, Bootsy, I would show you, except I don't think there's a class for black and tans with white feet. So I'm sorry.
That's okay, Daddy.
Okay. See you soon.